Hello, hello everyone. How's it going? We have a to-do list today. We have things planned. How's everyone doing today? Hello, YouTube. Hello. Hi. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope y'all are having a good Sunday evening. First off, hello Phoenix. Hello Phoenix. Congrats on foot. Congrats on the stream. Hello Tom. Hello Krishanti. Welcome on here. We're grinding. I suppose. We have a lot of stuff to do, chat. We have a lot of stuff to do. Hello Samuel. Welcome on in. Okay, so tonight, we have some things we gotta do. In no particular order, but I suppose we'll figure out in order, right? For one of the players at my local game store, I need to sort through my Alesso's bowl to find Misc cards for that player. If there's certain cards that they want copies of, that if we're lucky, hopefully I got it, chat. Hopefully we got it. If we don't, it's what it is, you know? Secret Alestral's project set up. We have a Secret Alestral's project we're working on that we need to set up. We need to do the Dragonnails 20 sign up sheet and iron out rules. I come to your home for dinner? Goodness me. But I already had dinner. I can't do that tonight. I'm sorry. We already had dinner. Apologies. Had to mute to hack out some Flint. Thank you for the invite, though. That's nice. Nice proposition. Very nice proposition. But I went out the rules. What for Josh? What for Ollie? Let's, it's a lot of stuff we're going to have to try to get done. It's alright if we don't finish every single thing. Alestal stuff sounds kind of important. Yeah, it does sound kind of important. I agree. Depending on how soon that player needs stuff for their deck. So I do think the Alestral's bulk cards may be towards the top of the priority. I'm gonna look through my cards to see what I got. Oh dear, welcome on you. There's some cards that our player needs. Some I think for sure I can definitely get to them. Some I'm unsure if we can get to them or not. Hello, thank you for the 350 stream sweep. You and Phoenix are always synced up for that. Ooh, and we have we have one more important thing to do. One more important thing to do. This is actually higher up in the priority. Probably after finding the Misc cards. Uh-oh. Someone ordered a Sansally desk mat order. Thank you for supporting Sansally shop. A reminder that I not only design and order the merchandise, I also fulfill said merchandise. Cosmic Pokemon, yeah. So lots of stuff to do tonight. Cause I'm such a busy gal, I figured doing something like this, these little streams where we hang out and I do stuff. 2 birds, 1 stone. I gotta hang out because I gotta get this stuff done. It holds me accountable for getting this stuff done. And I suppose y'all get some yapping out of it. I would like to think that is a particularly win-win situation. I don't even know if I have any extra giga flora. But we're going to try our best to see if we have these cards. No stone. We need 2 no stone unturned. Music on. Let me make sure the music is on. Oh, it's me sitting here in complete silence. Goodness me. A lot of big plans stuff coming up though, chat. A lot of things gotta get together. I'm gonna hope for the best, hope that we can get everything done, you know? If not, it is what it is. I'm gonna try my best. We're gonna give it our best shot, you know? That thing is an uncommon. Do we have enough of those? We will have to find out. Hello, Soul Slice. Thank you for the head tap. Looks like this player wants to build some earth stuff, which the earth stuff is pretty cool. We just gotta hope we have enough cards. Because I only have like a... So I've only opened a handful of live stream. I have my friends pretty much give me all the cards I need. Because we were sharing. Which is very convenient for me, inconvenient for my usual role at the local game store, which is supplying people with extra book cards. But again, we're gonna take a look to see what we got, and hopefully we have enough cards. I don't think I even have, what's it called? I don't think I have 4 play sets of a lot of this stuff for me either. Which is kind of rough. Did I already look through this pile? Let's see. You know, it's gonna be an interesting next couple of months. Very interesting next couple of months. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, Tommy. Oh, Tommy, actually, now that you're here, 2 birds, 1 stone. We can also be productive about another separate important matter. So, yesterday we did a whole stream about updating some of the decks from Build a Deck Redeem, because they haven't been playable, right? How do we fix Sapphire Surprise and Bird Up? If the top end of Bird Up is ending turn 1 by linking off Farragut and Babblum to get Revolt, what do we replace Appaloosa with now that Apple's banned? People were telling me Nightmare with it, but that sounds kind of evil or something. But to that point, I don't know if there's like a proper replacement. So I wanted to get your opinion, since you are the purveyor of those 2 decks in terms of, you know. in terms of who has the authority and the call on what we can replace said cards off for that one. They might have a master duel list. We need, like, so here's the thing. I can actually talk to the board up guy himself. Like, I can actually talk to him. I have that ability. So I could go out of my way to talk to him. I don't know if he'll respond. I do have the ability to message him, I suppose. Hello, Towel. You like evolve him? Hello, the walk. Welcome. So the thing with Sapphire Supplies is I do know there's like different top ends that we can go with. The biggest problem that whatever we replace it with, we have to remember that after we link off Ferrigit, we're locked into Ferrigit. You like Ava Max? Alright. I don't know, like Ava Max isn't terrible, I suppose, but I don't think we can do A for max. Because the problem is on average we'll have 2 bodies. Sometimes 3. So if we have the 3rd body, we can get to a Link 4. But the thing with Apple is technically, Apple is a collective. Like, yeah, she's a Link 4, but like, it's really hard to replace her. So there was a couple decks I haven't updated. Just because I couldn't really think off the top of my head of like proper replacement cards. Which in my defense, I think is like a somewhat difficult thing to do sometimes. Like find proper replacement cards. Yeah, that is. So y'all can't see it because I'm doing it off cam, but I'm sorting through the cards right now. I don't know where it went. I had a box. I had a box of cards from the live stream. Yeah, I'm not sure where I put them. I would like to take a look-see through those to see if I got what my player needs. I'm not sure if we're gonna find it. Hello, Meaty. Welcome on here. So I'll take another look-see to see if I can find what we need to find. If not, it's what it is. Might have to be is what it is. I also do want to do the deck giveaways in December. But before we do that, in order to make sure that's proper, I gotta sort through all this stuff. Not this box. What is this stack of cards here? Is this a relevant stack of cards? This thing has no reason. Hmm? Oh, so, you know, we're going through all this stuff, we're taking a look-see, seeing what we got, seeing what we can pass out, hoping for the best, hoping for the best in every scenario. Let's see, what other cards can we possibly get for this player? They need 3 Torch of Hestia and 3 Hopperoo. Did we even pour any Hopperoo? Not that I particularly care about Hopperoo, but I feel like we should have seen some Hopperoo. I definitely don't have any. Unfortunately, we didn't pull any Dionysus Madness, really. Oh, the one we did go pull went into the starter deck that we're giving out. Unfortunately, we don't have that one extra. We do have the 2 no stone unturned. We can give them 1 more station. I have 2 Givers of Dionysus to give them. Can I find some torches? Surely we can find some torches of Hestia. Surely, I have a decent amount of Firestorm. Surely. We have no stone unturned. We need Hopperoo and Cyanide. I don't think I have the Gigaflora. Yeah. But I can at least catch some of these smaller threads that they requested. So I suppose it's better than nothing. Ideally, we'd have all the cards, but sometimes that's a tall order, chat. Sometimes that is, in fact, a tall order. Was there Hopperoo in the meter stuff? Was there a Hopperoo? Oh, there was a Hopperoo in there. Yeah, cool. We can grab that. Ooh, and there was Gigaflora. Spectacular. We do have enough Gigaflora to give to this duelist. Spectacular. The Cyanectar could even come out of there, really, but 2 Gigaflora. 3 Hopperoo. I'm gonna come back later and be like, Dawn, I really needed those Hopperoo. But, that should be good. So 3 Hopperoo. 3 Hestia. Can I find 3 Hestia's torch? I don't know if I have a dedicated box with just Firestorm cards, but we will check. We'll check if we have a box of just dedicated Firestorm. Surely. Surely we do. Surely. This is not dedicated Firestorm. How about this one? Is this some Firestorm? This does look like Firestorm. The question is, do we have torch in here? Here's 1 torch. What is that? Torch is an uncommon. We should be able to find a playset of torch, I would hope. One would hope. One would dream. If not, I think I should be able to rip it from the starter decks. If we still have any laying around. Hello, Shiku. Thank you for being born in your era. Goodness me. Thank you, Shiku. Sometimes I'm unsure if the smile's coming out. I hope that's good enough. I should probably like build someone Flammomoth and give out Flammomoth at some point. The concept of Flammomoth sounds funny. The execution could be questionable. I'm glad you're a fan. Thank you, Siku. That's one torch of Hestia. I'm sure we could find more if we try. I'm sure we have another box of fire, so I'm gonna get up really quick. I think I see another box of Firestorm in the corner. Hopefully, this is going to have some stuff for us. Let's see. Also wouldn't hurt to take out some of these cards too. I also have a habit of, like, while going through this bowl, sorting out cards that I think will be useful for later. I think it's a good habit, personally. It really doesn't help much when it comes to, like, my overall organizational abilities, or lack thereof. Like, definitely Firestorm, but also mixed with a couple other sets as well. Surely we can find some Torch of Hestia in here. Surely. I know y'all can't see it, but you know, we're going through things, we're doing things. We are being quite productive. Looking through all these extra bulk cards. I hope that majority of these can find a place to go. I think some point in the future, in like a year from now, if I can't get rid of a lot of these cards, I don't know. We're gonna have to find something else to do with them, because, like, there's no point in having them sitting around, you know? Is it that hard? Have I already, like, what if I already sourced out, like, almost every Torch of Hestia I own? Okay, pause. One more torch. I'm gonna put this out too. That's actually a kind of difficult card to come by. Another torch. I found all 3 torches, but I'm gonna continue sorting to sort out important cards. We're already sorting, so might as well, you know? Might as well continue sorting. I thank y'all for joining me during these, you know, more comfy, low energy streams. It's very important for me to get my tasks done, so, you know, as much as this is also me doubling up on streams for the occasional Sunday or the occasional Saturday, it's also a great way for me, personally, to make sure we stay on top of stuff. You're a busy gal like me, there's a lot of stuff that falls through the cracks, so, you know, I mean, so as much as you can do to stay organized is always important. Every little bit counts. And little things will go a long way. Almost done sorting toward this. We have found at least 1 extra Torch of Hestia on top of the 3 we need to be fielding. So glad we're able to get this player some cards. Because again, a lot of this is just kind of sitting there regardless, so having a place for it to go is great. Very important, very important. Alright. So I'm putting this back into the box. let me just double check these cards for that player so I can let them know what I have for them. Let's see. 2 Gigaflora. Let me tell them that I can get them. Let me scooch some of this over so I got access to the keyboard. I think that's a good start. Good plans. Good plans. Very good plans. I can let them know. Gigaflora. Check. 1 Mall Station. Champion of the Middle. Check. 2 Cyanide. Check. 2 No Stone Untorn. Check. I can only give them 2 of the Theories of Dionysus. Oh, whoopsie. Accidentally sent that. 2 3 Hopperoo. And then 3 Hopperoo and 3 Torch. So let's see. 2 Theories of Dionysus. Let me get the 3 Torch of Hestia. And then the ×3 Hopperoo. So a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cards. Oh, hello. Vincent, welcome on in. Hello, Vince, welcome. We're hanging out tonight. We're doing some stuff. Some of this, like, off screen because I don't want to turn on the hand cam. It might be beneficial to turn on the hand cam, actually. Because there is something, I suppose, that came in the mail. That's if I feel like opening card packs, and I suppose. So we have the cards for that player at my LGS. We might take a short side tangent. Hello, Tower. Welcome back. We might do a slight side tangent, but first let's mark that off on the list. We have to pack the desk mat order. We have an Elestrals project to set up. Oh, Club by the Group. Thank you for the 5 stream sweep. Welcome on in. Another thing I might want to do is put together a new deck to take to locals. I've been lazy, and anytime I enter an online premiere, I haven't changed my deck list at all. But it does take time to, like, swap out the cards. Like, even if I have a set deck list, I have to find all the cards and swap them out. So we might take a slight detour to do that. Just so the players at my locals don't get used to playing the same old stuff over and over. I think that can get kind of, like, grating. If I bring the same deck every week, it gets kind of boring, you know? You used to make decks for friends out of extra cards you had lying around, but they never kept them. I might kind of do something similar. I make extra decks out of cards for, like, chat, and I'm hoping to expand it, like, past chat too. Like, the first round of decks were for just my Discord community. I'm hoping to try to expand that past that, just get more people interested in playing the game. But I know not everyone wants to pick up a new card, you know. That's always a little difficult sometimes. But you know what? I think we're gonna do that. I think we are going to really quick take a side tangent. So I can put together a deck really quick. Happy workday, thank you, Ziki. I'm going to try my best to be a productive little lobster. We'll give it our best shot. Sometimes I think I am a bit more successful than other times in these escapades. I think other times in my venture, I fall victim to this. I don't know. I don't think it's like a lack of like capability on my part. I think it's just sometimes I got a lot going on. I'm sure there's other different factors. Also, like if I put the deck together and I make sure there's space, I can put the extra cards for my player into my deck block, so I make for sure that I don't forget to bring them. You had a great dinner earlier with family? Wonderful news, wonderful news. Good to hear, good to hear. Now, speaking of family, this recent week chat, if y'all are American, and even some non-Americans, any of y'all celebrate Thanksgiving? And I suppose if so, you know, did y'all enjoy your time with your Thanksgiving? Maybe y'all have a good Thanksgiving. Do tell me about that if so. If not, you know, we're still out here. We're still out here. Plus, like, you know, sorting through all these extra cards is kind of important as well. Making sure we sort through everything proper. Oh, Iram, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. The name's Santon, Sally. Sansily, for sure. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Acid or the One Piece TCG. Sometimes I do odd. Tonight we're being productive. Hello, dear. Welcome on in. Let me shout you out, Iram. I hope you had a good stream. What are y'all up to today? We are in the midst of doing a bunch of stuff on the desk right now. So if I'm a little distracted, you know, no one's fault other than myself. Making sure I can parse through all these things. You were playing White Forest. Did you get the new Azamina cards? I know that they had some new support that came out. What did I eat today? I had some pho for dinner. Now we're just hanging out. We're having a grand old time. Grand old time. No, just new Dear Bells and Dear Belly stuff. Did you get a fancy... Did you get the alt art? Did you get the alt art perchance? I know a lot of people are looking for the alt art Dear Belly stuff. More sundials to put into my sundial collection. How fortunate. No, you're unlucky. It's okay. I didn't get her either. We're in the same boat. I didn't get her either. No fancy alt art woman for me. Me when I saw it sorting through all my cards. 32 cards right here. 4. Okay. Huh? Sort this one out. So like a void. Again, a lot of stuff off screen. Hello, just a lot of stuff off screen that y'all can't really see, but I promise we're working on things. We're being very productive. Before I start taking apart this deck, let me do a double, triple check to make sure what cards we need to even begin to pull out. I think that would be a great start to figure out. Set these all down and start sorting things through. Ah, here's the rest of my live stream card. Okay, pause. Pause this. We need to sort through these live stream cards to see if we have any more of those cards to give to that one player. They did need stuff from live stream. We only have a handful of stuff to give them. Nothing but spirits. Okay. Yap. Hello, Woods. That's my host. That's my host. How are you tonight, Woods? You have to pick up your laundry. I hope you have a good time picking up your laundry. Yap, I feel that, fam. I feel that. I'm sorting through some of my Alessio's work off screen right now. I also can't believe Want to Go Supercharged is like a foil. I guess it makes sense, but like... I didn't know it was a foil. Wait, no, it's not a foil. It's a rare. Actually, is this a foil or reverse foil? I can't tell. It's a rare. I think it's a rare. I only own one. Yap bitch, we are doing the yap bitch. Okay. Interesting. Okay, nothing of very much value from that, unfortunately. Back to sorting all the cards for this deck. Making sure we sort this properly. Is this missing? It looks like it's missing all my staples. My staple counter wounds. Which means this is a pretty easy fix. I just need to steal the counter wounds from my other deck. So let's do that really quick. Let's go ahead and just steal all the counter wounds from this deck. Yeah, we'll sort through the rest afterwards. Alright. So if this is working out the way I think it does, which hopefully it does, should be able to put this together. Let's put these over here. And start sorting some of this. Sometimes I wish I was a little bit more organized. But I think we'll be alright. Here, this one here, here, these ones together. This one here. I guess putting this together is a pack. Where is the door? It was probably in this bag. If I do a little look, you can probably find it. This is also why I gotta get organized. So I can make sure I can find all the cards I need. It's not here. If not, I have an extra copy of that card elsewhere for sure. That's their stuff. So we do also need to take this out. These might be relevant. So let me start a new pile for these over here. These are going to be relevant. So at least we have a replacement for that. I will actually be right back. I'm gonna grab some more water with it. Alright, we're done being our being. We're going to continue to sort through these cards so we can put together this deck list. I wonder, do I have this deck list saved somewhere? Or do we have to make this from scratch? We'll find out, chat. We'll find out. Maybe from last one. Do we have my screenshots? No, that looks like the old stuff, which there's nothing particularly wrong with that, but it's not particularly great either. I might try to rev up the client to see if I have something saved on the client. Really quick. Might have something saved on the client. If not, I'm a capable individual. I should be able to make these things from scratch. I would like to. Let me pull up your client, take a look and see what we got going on. Again, y'all just can't see what's going on. I feel okay with that. A lot of stuff in the background. We're hanging out, we're yapping. Not really sure of that. I swear there was a different version of this list. Let's see. Technically, there is a version of this. I guess it depends on like what I'm trying to do. Did I not send anything here? I guess not. Alright, well, we'll just build it from scratch. We'll build it from scratch. We'll be fine. Oh, Lance! Welcome on in. Hi. We're doing a couple stuff off the screen today, but I'm sure y'all can still hang out. We start where every good Alestos list begins. With 3 gorgeous days. What am I feeling? Think 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, can I make any adjustments here? If anything, go cut this, cut this. One, two. Okay, that's a start. Be 2 there. I think we for sure keep this package of 2, 2, 1. So 2, 2, 1 on that. Cut this. I guess this question is, are we making space for the funny? We're making space for the funny. We gotta compromise on a couple of things. We bump that to the side. That does make space. We're still like one slide short though. Oh, Tommy. The version of this that is completely replaced. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's in our best interest not to do that. I wonder if it's actually optimal to do something more like this. So I suppose then like begs the question, like what kind of advantage do you push if at all doing this? The answer is like, who knows? The answer is it's no different than original. You just get to be a little funny. You do need something to hit this. Oh, Sage 9, welcome on. The other version of this does look like this. to which either this falls or this falls. So I think for the sake of consistency, it has to look more like this. We'll run it with these ratios to see how I like it. Thank you for the height below. Twitch, you're going into some ads. Two. Three. Oh, that's like the other one. What kind of pressure does this push compared to anything else? You know, nothing ventured, nothing tried, you know. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I suppose we will attempt this with... Honestly, it makes me want to cut one of these for like an anvil or something. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to afford that. So any other space we can free up? No, the only space we can free up is here. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to have to just accept that that's how that's going to go. Three, 5, 7, 8, 10. Well, good. The alternative is like a 2, 2, 2, 2. That puts us really low on blocks. We'll try it for the sake of my goat, my horse. Welcome on in. Well, we're on a side tangent. In between Pack the Deathmat Order and Sort Through the Cards and Secret Celestials Project. I'm putting together a deck to bring to local small. But it is also difficult sometimes to fit everything you want into a deck list, you know. So anything else I would rather do in this list? It is so difficult to fit everything you want into a 40 card deck, you know? Honestly, having this in the side doesn't sound too crazy. Hello, Firefly. I think we just have to send it. I think we have to just send it with this list. I think the longer I look at it, like, the less things it will do. I don't know if that makes sense. I think I have to test the logic and just see how good it is or isn't. And adjust it from there, you know? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. 2, 3. Does this card just not exist? Why not have this card with me? I swear I have some of this also. Is it in this bag? It very well could be. Not in there. Should have extras on it. Where's that, I think. If not, we'll have to go digging through some of our pools. Potentially concerning, but we're not done filtering through every single part, so I will not give up hope just right now. Surely. Sure, I have a couple extra copies of it somewhere. Okay, here's one of this one. Do I have the non-foil anywhere? We don't have the non-foil. It's not the end of the world, I suppose. I think we're just gonna have to take what we can get on that one and use the foil. Which is not too shabby in the grand scheme of things, you know. Four, 5, 6. Let's get you flipped up. 7. 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15. 16, 17. Get you sleeved up. Cool. 18, 19, 20, 21. I know I have a copy of this in here somewhere. If not, I know like 5 different places where you can find a copy of this card. Surely we got one. Surely. Oh, more sundials and the collection. Surely this next one. There we go. There's a copy. Let me also sort through the recipes. Anything useful here? Nope. Really, this biomass is. Okay, spectacular. Let's sleeve this up. Do a tag out for will be swapped in. One, 23, 4, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 7, 38, 39, 40. Here's a 40 card. What side deck? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Can I make any space? I don't know if I can make space with plant plants. What if? It's more like I suppose. We'll see how this one goes. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The rest of this needs to get full. That's a whoa. Solar cyclone. How do we begin to make space for that? How do I cut this? I might go down on one of these. have to run Elbow. Hmm. I wonder if that's an interesting one. I might be on to something. We're taking a really big tangent, but I might be on a big theory. I might be on a big theory right now. The theory is either really bad or really good. Probably really bad. But in theory, really good. In practice, probably really bad. Okay, yeah, this is not enough space for that, unfortunately. I think the concept was cute. I think the execution questionable. I don't know, there's something to this concept. I need to revisit this concept. I'm not sure what. But there's something potentially here. There's something potentially here. I just don't know what it is. We don't have the time to cook. So let me just double check that we have a 40 card main deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I have a 40 card main deck. Let me double check what 15 card side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let me get this into the deck box. We can also start editing the spirit deck. find where I want to put my extra skills. At least the fancy ones. Use regular skills. There's nothing wrong with using skills. But prefer to use the fancy ones since invested in those. Like, gotta do what you gotta do, so. Here is our fancy spirit. I should really find a different box for these. I hope I have enough Earth Steward for this. I suppose we spent a bit more time on that than I anticipated, but you know, I'm not too upset. It's lots of stuff to get. We have whatever they need to be. One. Then that's the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully we have enough. Pretty darn close. Economy check, thank you. We'll check the economy. Hello, Nightmare Slayer. Thank you for the week. Let's get definitely a good one. What would this go? Let us get ready for an economy check. Well, actually, let me finish sleeving these first, and then we'll get ready for the economy check. Now that sleeve, put that into that box. That will be ready for tomorrow. Very productive. Put these away in a little bit. So we'll just put these off to the side, and we can get started on the talk about McMansions. Thank you for the bonus. I suppose we could talk about McMansions after the economy check. I suppose that's something we could do. Let me get the bunny bun top button set. Oh. Let's go ahead and get everything together for the economy check. Chat, if y'all don't know, we used to own 1,000 cards of a card called Dragon Mail, so every now and then we check the economy. So let's go ahead and get that started to check the current market price of Dragon Mail.
measuring scale, and that's what started dragging nails. Around the room the rulers flew, but Sansely knew what to do. She climbed on the backs of her dragon friends, now the adventures never end. Dragon nails, it's almost time for dragon nails. God, why did you buy them out? Let's all get some dragon nails.
Alright, let's go ahead and refresh the page for posterity. Chat, the current market price of dragon nails is 33 cents. I believe, if I remember correctly, we're actually 2 cents down from yesterday. I could be wrong. I thought we were at 35. Maybe it was 33. It's saying that it was at 36 on the 29th. It's 33 today. So we are down by a couple of cents. But you know what, chat? Dragon Nails is still above 30 cents. We're looking hot still, chat. We're looking hot. Dragon Nails surely to the moon sometime soon, Tian. Very solid economy check. Thank you. How about that one, chat? How about that one? I think we forgot to tell Twitter we were live, but that's fine. That's fine. Twitter don't need to know. So y'all don't know what a McMansion is. A McMansion is kind of like a mini mansion. It's where in neighborhoods that kind of don't have mansions, like lower income, sometimes neighborhoods, or just like middle income neighborhoods, what people will do is they will buy a house there, usually a fix-up of some kind, and they will upgrade the house to be like a mini mansion. And so it becomes a McMansion. And then what happens is people in that area slowly start buying more McMansions. And it creates a scenario where they, at first artificially, and then like eventually actually, end up affecting the market price of the homes, the property value in that area. Because now there's more like McMansions in the area, so it seems fancier. Just creating a bit of an issue socioeconomically for like some of the housing in that area. Like as a brief, there's like very, very surface level. There's more to it than that, but I think if I had to do like a very brief overview, I suppose that's how I would, I would overview that. Alright, next on the agenda, we have to pack a desk mat order. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. So in order to do that, we gotta get up. I gotta grab my digital scale so we can weigh stuff. I need to go grab a Sansely desk mat. I'm sure we should have some of those laying around here somewhere. And then I have to go grab the thing in which we can ship it in. So surely, we'll get to doing that soon. So, yuppie, we're gonna go grab those things. Alright, we are back with said items for packing the desk mat order. All Harry Potter fans are infected with the black mold. I don't know if that's a true statement or not. I don't know if I can corroborate that statement or not, Ellen. I could not quite say, personally. I would have no idea. I suppose that works. What I am doing right now is I am trying to weigh the desk mat. Going to say that is about just short of like 12 ounces. We can probably round that up to put say. Oh, minute. Kennedy check fetch needle. Now we gotta head to our shipping website. We have to also head to the website in which we used to fulfill said orders. And double check the details on the order. And fill in all this information that I cannot tell you about. This is private information. Time to put this in. How do I want to attempt to do this? There's a couple different ways we can try to practice this. It will only fold a certain way though, so... guess if we fold it this way. So this is probably like a 12 or 13 inch by. Probably we'll say this like a 13 by 13 inch package probably. Maybe like 12 by 12. How do I... Okay, well... Save this as a new type. New type of... how this much affects this. Alright, interesting. Okay, spectacular. The only thing they ordered. About, let's say, a 15-ounce package. Yeah, since they are supporting us, let us spit something in the food fight. Thank you. At some point, I'm going to be very transparent with your chat. At some point, I'm going to just start using the prints as like little thank you note pages. Otherwise, I think they will just end up sitting around. And I like to be more proactive to using materials. Let me just really quick write out a message. Alright, we have the thank you message written out. Let us go ahead and check out with the old shipping label, and then y'all get some shipping label printing ASMR. After we fetch everything we need for said shipping label. We need a shipping label too. We grab the shipping label. Now we gotta hook up the old shipping label. Honestly, we should have scheduled cleaning the desk on this stream as well. Oh well, we'll be fine. Turn on the old printer. Let's go ahead and print out our shipping label. Spectacular. Turn off the printer. mark this as shipped. They will get their shipping information tomorrow. I guess it's just gonna get emailed to them. I swear there was a way to add the shipping in the back end of the shop website, but it should be fine. It should be fine. Okay. So we open the bag. We will put in our little thank you note. That is hopefully done drying. Put that in towards the bottom. Wiping off some of the dust that accumulated on this. We'll go ahead and seal the package and we'll be good. Package sealing ASMR. Apologies in advance. We're mad yapping tonight. We're mad yapping. Very much yapping. Very much yapping. Very much productivity. So much Sansely. So little time. But you know what, chat? We're making good use of our just chatting screen. We've not seen enough usage. We're graduating some use out of that. Part of me worries this won't be sturdy enough. Perhaps in the office I can wrap it with some tape. Should be fine. The desk mats are very sturdy. They're actually a little bit thicker than the average mat. Most average mats are about 3mm thick. Mine's 4mm thick. Just because I wanted to see how that would be. And we just gotta stick this label onto the package and desk mat order. I recently got more shipping supplies so that we could ship more stuff out in a timely manner. Now that we're getting the occasional order at a frequency, I would like to make sure that I'm not having to run to the store every time an order comes in to get some shipping supplies. Alright. And that is all packaged up. We can now... finally! Mark off the next thing on our to-do list. Because we took that tangent. We have to set up the super secret Alestros project. Let me unplug all these wires for the shipping stuff. Okay. Twitch, you're about to head into some ads. Let's remember to drink some water. Honcho, how are you? Is that me, Sansley? You're a big fan. Hello, Honcho. How have you been? Have you been doing alright? It's been a little bit. Hope you're well. We're doing productivity stuff in the background tonight. I guess I will get an icon. You're looking into the board up more. You forgot there's a big tech cause from Bush Protocol that would make the refresh easier once they were nasty door. Interesting. Maybe we can hold off until then. Maybe we can hold off till then. Twitch, you're going into ads. Let me go ahead and... Until I get a better thing, this will be a good placeholder. Settings. I hope that this is good enough. What Okay, there we go. Same old. Looking for... hunting down Digimon cards. Good luck with Digimon cards. It's... Nothing really new. I see. Pretty much the same old on my end too. Nothing too crazy. We did start. What's the word? We did start dual streaming to YouTube, which has been fun. I think I've been having a spectacular time with YouTube. Okay. Shouldn't need more than like 4 tables. Table 2. Table 4. So that's been kind of fun. I do think I want to attempt to try content creation a little bit more seriously. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. Right now my focus is kind of on other stores for competitive stuff. And for like regular card gaming, Yu-Gi-Oh! I really don't think I'm getting into Digimon anytime soon. Or really many other card games, to be honest. We might pick up one more card game next year. After Celestial Worlds, maybe. We did start playing a lot of Wizard 101. That one has been fun. I've been having a good time with Book Wizards with Josh and Dynax. You can talk about it, but there's no guarantee that I'm going to have time to look it up right now, Honcho, because I'm working on stuff. How do I make new category? There we go. How do you... Can you just not edit categories? Interesting. General. Scheduling. Should be good enough. Let's see. So the Discord for the secret project is set up. I do need to iron out some infos. Iron out some important infos. Majority of tournaments will be held via webcam, though some iterations may be done via virtual sim. Okay, let's see, until... physical collection. hello, hello, come on in. We are hanging out. I'm doing some productivity. I saw there's a little bit of keyboard ASMR. It's someday if we have time tonight, this evening. If there's time, we'll do some more. But we're going to try to get as much of this done as possible. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and tap my LTS. I'll check in my LTS. I wanted to see what they prefer. Edit this channel. Oh, Fuki, thank you for the plush attack. Main channel. Schedule. And then add another channel. When there's a lot of themes. How are you, Fukies? You're chilling. Well, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. First off, we got a posture check. We're posturing. We have a snack with you. You brush your teeth and you're laying in bed. Sounds good. Let me do a snack with you. Check. Let's hydrate. We did have an economy check earlier in this stream, but who knows? The economy can always change. Today's snack is goldfish crackers. We can go ahead and do the sanity check fetch me roll. We can do the rich head pats and the head pats. And let's get on Swansea. And I will get ready to fire off. The economy check.
Sandwiched on a dragon scale, and that's what started dragging nails. Around the room the rulers flew, but Sanson knew what to do. She climbed on the backs of her dragon friends. Now the adventures never end. dragon nails. God, why did you buy them out? Let's all get some dragon nails.
Alright, so let's pick the current market price of dragon nails. Let's refresh the page for posterity. Chat, in the last, like, odd or so hour, has the market price of dragon nails changed at all? Nope, the current market price of dragon nails is still 33 cents. So in the past hour, the market price of dragon nails has not changed. That's what it is. Okay, thank you for the economy tip. Dragon nails still holding strong. Oh. Um, then I need to make one more category. I have to turn the music back on. We've been sitting in silence. Oh gosh. Alright. My bad. My bad, chat, my bad. Hello, Watermelon Cookie. Welcome on in. The only cards you play is Pokemon TCG. It's alright. I only play like a handful of card games, too. I only really play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Estos in One Piece. We used to do a little bit of Genius Invocation TCG, but that's more like a digital one. If you count Wizard 101, I suppose I play Wizard 101. A long time ago, I used to play Club by Gamble. But welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Yapping the night away, you assuming. Hello, Seda. Not too shabby. We've been pretty productive. There was a third thing we did that took up like 30-40 minutes in between the first and second activity. But I'm almost done with the general setup for the secret project. The last thing we gotta do is I need to figure out details on my LGS, which I think I'm gonna talk to them tomorrow. They're helping me out with a secret project. So I have to talk to my local game shop owner to figure out how they want to handle things. But hi. I have like a wolf skeleton for the Discord. Probably casual. First one around. Yeah, I will go ahead and invite. Oh, hello. How are you? Welcome on in. Okay. I have pretty much everything, the basic setup. There's a lot more logistics following this, but I think I can call this pretty much scratched out for now. The Dragon Nails 20 sign up sheet. We need to iron out the rules. The sign up sheet, pretty straightforward. I've had a template for sign up for a long time. Luckily, when it comes to tournaments, sign-ups. I have a decent familiarity with that. So the actual sign-up form won't be too difficult. The rules, however, we do have to iron out the rules. Let us go ahead and make a copy of this. Go ahead and open this up. I'm kind of been trying to workshop the name for this tournament. The Sand Sally Dragon Nails Day Celebratory Master Duel tournament. It's kind of long. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Oh, we can iron out some basic details. Basic details, so all on the same page. So the date of the tournament is December 18th. Likely taking place 6 p.m. PST. Apologies if that's roughly a time zone. Check-in starting around 5:30. So that's some pretty important info to have for your tournament. Oh, though. I am still yapping. Can you believe that we're still yapping? Legend says that she's still yapping. That's crazy. Who decided that that would be a thing? Who thought this would be a good idea? Who keeps letting her get away with this? Hi, welcome on here. Let's see. We are officially, I'm calling it now, we're officially naming the tournament. The tournament's official name is the Sand Sally Dragon Nails 1000 Day Celebratory Master Duel Tournament. Wait, why would I quit yapping? That makes no sense. Who decided that? I decided that. Crazy. Crazy. Who could have anticipated? Crazy. That's crazy. What a concept, chat. What a concept. What a concept. Inconceivable. Inconceivable. One could never anticipate. Yeah, Master Duel. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Very casually, but I do play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Majority of my streams, despite what y'all may think, are actually Macedor streams. I've just been doing a lot more variety lately because we have stuff to get done. Let's see. When will submissions close? Submissions for tournament entries closes. Do we want to do it the day before or the day of? I guess we'll do it the day of. We'll call it 10 minutes. 10 minutes before we close up. Check-in starts at 5:30. You'll got half an hour to check in, and we will close off any entries 10 minutes before play. I think that's fair. I'm not the one cooking. Y'all are going to be dueling each other. I'm just merely a spectator. But oh, back to regular colors. How about that? We're going to do current ban list. Everyone's allowed 1 entry. Will I be competing? No, I'm not the one competing. The reason why we're not competing is because... So, the pricing. Everyone wants to like, what are you winning? The pricing is different than usual. This is a community tournament. Community tournament. Yeah, community tournament. So I have a game on Twitch called Build a Deck, where people save up channel points and they have me build a deck of their choice in Yu-Gi-Oh! Massacre. Now that we started streaming on YouTube, the problem is that YouTube doesn't have like a channel point system. And I don't want to like paywall people to like, if they want me to build... If someone that is a YouTube viewer wants me to build a deck, right? It sounds kind of dumb from my perspective to have them have to give me money or something. So, moving forward, I'm hoping to phase out the old build a deck system in favor of a new system that forces y'all to play game. Yeah. Well, not the entirety of chat. One person. I dedicate an entire stream. It's called a build a deck stream. They give me the entire deck list. I build it in Macedor, and I learn and play it all in one stream. I'm pretty good at that, to be honest. I'm not too shabby of a duelist. I just play Yu-Gi-Oh! Very casually, because I play other card games more competitively. I have over 30 unique decks built in Macedor, and I have over probably 40 or 50 full deck lists that I've ever built in my lifetime across Macedor. Majority of my deck slots have been dedicated to build a deck redeem. So a lot of my own personal decks that I've built have long since been like dismantled. But any build a deck redeem decks I do keep in full, so they never get deleted off of my account. It's kind of a big deal. usually doesn't go that bad. I'm a pretty competent duelist, all things considered. Very rarely has it gone poorly in any regard. We also have to make graphics for this, but I went out like the details in the rules. Let's see. You need a deck and use your master duel that complies with the current families for the date of the 20. One and tweet. They use it. Twitch username or YouTube handle. Putting out a sign up form is fun, simple, and lifting. The rest of it, though. Hello, Flaminita. Oh, you know, let's see. Yeah, let's see if I can copy this so I can show y'all the, let me copy this and pop this up into the old Chrome browser so I can show y'all really quick. So we have to make some edits. Twitch username or YouTube handle. Well, we can go over the rules. I should be smaller. I should be smaller on the screen. Oh, where do we want to sit? We'll sit in the corner. We'll sit in the corner. We will sit in the corner. Okay, so let's see. Let's make sure we're going. Let's go through all of this. So 100 days celebratory master duel tournament. Sign up for your spot in the tournament. Taking place Thursday, December 18, 2025, starting 6 p.m. PST. Submission for tournament entries closes on December 18, 5 p.m. PST. Let's see. Tune into Twitch or YouTube. For the check-in and tournament login. So sometimes the rules for my tournament change. Before we did a best of one single elim, I feel like depending on how many people sign up, the bracket style changes. Like if there's only like a handful of people signed up, we can do double elim, right? But if there's like a lot of people, like I think anything over 16 people, like 16 people or more, we gotta do single elim for the sake of time. But if it's less than 16 people, we could potentially get away with double elim. So I'm not sure if we want to hammer out the rules being tournament bracket will like vary based on attendance or not. Let's see. We have to change the no deck list submission is required as well. Because we do need a deck list. I will be doing future versions of this tournament in much more accessible time zones, by the way. The significance of this tournament is the exact date is 1,000 days from my first stream date, which lines up with the Dragon Nails days. But if you want a chance to have me build a deck of your choice in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel that you win from the said tournament list, I will have future tournaments that will be at much more, hopefully much more accessible times, usually on weekends. The official name. Let's see. Yeah, there's Elon. We still have time. Let's see. What can we pause? There will be a 5-minute grace. Period for any latecomers to their duels. So 5 minutes in between the round. Only one deck allowed. I can't like police this, right? I can't police this per se, but like there's no way for me to police that without accidentally letting everyone else see everyone else's deck list. For casting purposes, y'all can name your deck or declare the archetype of your deck. Just so that, like, when we go into the duel, and I'm spectating your match, I can tell people what you're on. Let's see. I think I'm gonna change this to deck list submission. Will be required in the form of either a list or screenshot or link to your deck building website. So a deck list submission will be required during check-in. So when you sign up, y'all don't need to submit anything. But I will have y'all submit a deck list during check-in, so I can hold y'all accountable. You didn't realize you were 8 minutes behind? You know, this explains a lot. Oh, hello! Welcome to the future. Welcome to the current times. Hello. Thank you for joining us, Flavany. Let's see. Hi. How fun this is. Yeah, like, pretty standard. So normally I don't need people to submit a deck list. The reason why this matters is a lot of my chat was saying, San, what happens if someone joins your tournament and they're playing meta? My solution is that the winning deck list, what San will be building in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel on her main account is the new build a deck list. Card for card. So for any person who is concerned about, well, like, Sam, what if I want you to build a deck, but someone brings meta and then has you build a deck when I wanted to play with my... There's a lot of people who are concerned about getting slammed by meta in a casual tournament, and I understand that. So my solution is that the winning deck list is what I build. So if someone brings meta, then I guess I'm building meta. But like, that sounds kind of boring. I feel like the real crime is if someone shows up with like 4 power like Rizio or something, or like some kind of Fiendsmith Millennium pile, rolls everyone in the tournament and then has me play something like, I don't know, like Skull Servants is cool. I'm not dunking on Skull Servants. I'm just saying, if you wanted me to play Skull Servants, why didn't you just win my tournament with Skull Servants? You have that little faith in a deck that you can't even win my tournament with your pet deck. That sounds weak. And that means you don't appreciate your deck enough. Clearly, you're not dedicated enough to your rogue deck to be able to win a casual tournament with your rogue deck. So if you want me to build a deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, you better be able to win a tournament with it. Exactly. So, if someone does want me to play meta, they will enter the tournament with that meta deck list, and they'll win with the meta deck, and I will play that deck card for court. Sure, game recognizes game. If someone really likes Malice, they say, I want to see Sand Sally play Malice. Sure, we'll build Malice. Better win. Flip side, if you're bringing Malice, I hope you're emotionally prepared to get got by some bozo running around with like Umi controllers on. Please don't bring Umi control. But trust me, I think at the current level that majority of my chat is at, there will be a lot of rogue or like tier 2 decks that can give a pretty good one for their money on whatever some other person can bring meta-wise if they really want me to play meta. So, this is kind of my solution to the fact that YouTube doesn't have channel points, but I want to give YouTube viewers the opportunity to be able to have me build a deck of their choice. I know this involves being more skilled at the game, but like, come on chat. If Tendengo can win a duel, so can your pet deck. If a flip effect deck released in a time where Link summoning was popular can win a duel in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Versus Snake Eye Fire King, versus Malice, versus Ryziel, versus... There will be a lot of other meta decks, okay? If I can pull a bozo victory against some of these other meta threats with quote-unquote similar skill level duelists, I'm sure y'all can get away with it with a deck with a lot more gas. Tendengo has -3 gas. Angry Burger appreciates your Malice Link want is true. Shoutouts Novellis. Novellis is sick. We love Novellis in this house. Get me my Poissonaire. Get me my Poissonaire right now. Get me my Fish Woman. God, I love Fish Woman. But yeah, we'll have more tournaments of similar structure in the future, where the intent is to have y'all build a deck of that type from the tournament if you are the winner. We'll have these probably like 3 or 4 times a year moving forward. I'm a strong believer that at a certain point, comfort does beat meta to a degree. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a card game where that can be true and false at the same time. But I do believe that like comfort does trump meta to a decent degree. So playing something that you're comfortable and familiar with is always going to be better than trying to like bring whatever meta deck you have. And if you're super comfortable with whatever you have as meta, like that's fine too. I know some people who their whole thing is like they live and die by meta. That's their comfort pick. Their comfort pick is good stuff purple. More power to them. That's not my comfort pick. But hey, it's fine. Depending on this one. Let's see. So that's why the deck list has to be provided during check-in. So that y'all can't just like, you know, out of nowhere keep swapping deck lists mid-tournament, etc, etc, etc. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in the power, and since this is a community tournament with no larger pricing, we're not gonna have any... I have a history of competent players crashing my tournaments. We don't need to talk about that. It's kind of... The first one was funny. The first one was some good content. I think moving forward, we can work around with that. You know, we can work around that. Ain't no one gonna come bother us. Yeah, ain't no one gonna come bother us. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I prefer diversity. But if someone really wants me to play meta and they want to bring meta, I'm not going to be upset with the person who says, I want to see Sans Sally play Malice. I'm going to win the tournament with Malice. Whatever y'all want, bring Atlantia, I don't care. Like, I'm not a fan, but if someone wins with, like, the Gouache Forsaken, Millennium Gold Sock, Tier Pile, Fiend, like, Fiend Set, whatever new variant of Tier Limit Pile there is out there. You know there's a new one, like, every 3 months. Y'all really want to hit me with whatever, like, evil Tier Limits pile that is. You bring it and you win. I will play that deck and you will master it. I'm not going to be happy about it. But I will do it for the terms and conditions. Re-entry. Get this submission. I just like a lot of decks, fundamentally. Oh wait, let's see. The Master Duel client winner will also have authority for future updates to the deck if and when cards from the list are banned within reason. Here makes you roll your eyes every time. I mean, that's kind of how Tier has to survive now. A lot of their main engine has been hit. If it's not some kind of weird, like... If it's not some kind of weird, like, 3-engine pile, it's like grass into, like, Black Bolt Laugh Cat. It's just, every time, it's just Black Bolt Laugh. You roll up to the Tier play and they're like, guys, the Black Bolt, it laughed. And you're like, cool, thanks. Sick. Oh, your second copy, wonderful. Spectacular. Great. Good duel. Do it again, I suppose. I have a friend who's very big on Lights one. LDS is a big Lights one. Tournament winner's username will listed alongside the deck name and you will master a client. In accordance to schedule I forgot how to spell convenient. Schedule convenient to the winner. Deck accessories can be decided by... Deck accessories can be decided by... So y'all get me to build a deck of your choice and you'll master duel, and I schedule an entire stream just for you. An entire stream just for you. An entire stream. entire sleeve. Just for you. Tournament structure will vary based on attendance. Also authority, where did oh, also authority. We'll also have authority. The winner will also have authority for future updates to the deck if and when cards from the list are banned within reason. We'll see. Below 16 players. Tournament structure will vary based on attendance and time constraints. May be subject to change mid-tournament. Miss Funny Woman Engine. What do I suggest for a consistent Tindangle deck? I think the most consistent Tindangle deck is not a Tindangle deck at all. It also depends on what your definition of like Tindangle deck is. Because some people consider like a deck that runs like 6 cards from one archetype a quote-unquote like X archetype deck. Like some people count running Speed Void Terratop and like the other card you switch off Speed Void Terratop as like Speed Void into deck. Even though it only uses like 5 Speed Void cards. So it really depends on your definition. Because like if you are on the loose definition, then any deck that runs like at least like 5 cards from one engine or something like counts as like quote-unquote Tindangle, then theoretically you just want Tindangle Jelly and then like either base Gardener or like Angel. And then that counts as like Tindangle insert whatever flip effect deck you want. You want a fun deck for paper because you have almost all the Tindangle cards physically. If you wanted a fun deck for paper, I would suggest you not to build Tindangle. That's not even me being a hater. That's me being real. That's me being real. I would never suggest someone build Tindangle. Which, what about to head into some ads? If you're not running Euler Soaker and hitting your opponent for Hound for big number, it ain't Tindangle true. It really depends on what you're trying to do with your, like, Tindangle cards, I suppose. Because if you grab different parts of the Tindangle engine, they can do different things. You could be Q and Tindangle Hound, and just use Tindangle Hound as a way to facilitate, like, getting big number on a guy and also just messing with your opponent's board. You could use Tindangle Jelly and Tindangle Angel to further, like, other flip effect strategies, because Tindangle Jelly searches any flip effect monster, and Tindangle Angel can set any flip effect monster from your graveyard or hand. If you're trying to just have something that, like, facilitates a flip strategy while also increasing bodies, you could run Jelly and Base Gardener, because Base Gardener allows you to special summon it in defense anytime you have a face down monster on your field, like a set monster on your field. So again, it really depends on like what the intent of what you're trying to do with the Tindangle engine. There's a lot where you go Tindangle Jelly, you go the Hose, and you go Intruder, and you just cycle those 3 cards to be a dump engine for basically any spell or trap that you want to force to the graveyard. Euler Silk is pronounced as Euler? Nah, that's too European for us. Euler Circuit, surely. I suppose thank you for the heads up, but that makes far too much sense. Far too much sense. It is very funny. Like, yeah, Intruder's text is very funny. It is not optional. Yeah, base Squadna. Like, there's a lot you can do with it. It really depends on what you're trying to, like, facilitate. It really depends. Like, I know people have used Tindangle Jelly in the past in competitive flip lists because it switches any flip effect monster. You could combine it with a deck engine that prefers to be discarded because you must discard a card to activate Jelly. Yes, Tindangle Jelly left, by the way, the green one. But anywho. So back to this. Tournament structure will vary based on attendance and time constraint. May be subject to change mid-tournament for top cuts and my final and above. Below 16 players. Intended double elo. It might have to be just a best of 3 finals instead of best of 3 semis, to be honest. If what it... Oh, no. Yeah. Double Elam, potentially. I know that's kind of small. I know it's kind of small text, still. Hello, professional marksman. Welcome on in. It can actually lead to a game. Isn't just a, like, floodgate mirror match with a beta monster? We're turning the game to GOAT format, essentially. Like, in theory, right? In theory, if you simplify the game state enough, and you are on a mirror match, it essentially just becomes GOAT format at that point, right? If y'all think about it, in theory. In theory and potentially in practice, if you simplify the game state of the game to the point where no monsters have any effects and y'all just have beaters, it fundamentally just comes down to GOAT format. Like, you simplify the game state to the point where, like, you know? Let me double, triple check the form. Let me add a question. Let me put this question to the bottom. You acknowledge and accept that why should I boss certain strategies? That sounds silly. Where will you find the sign up form when it goes live? I will be putting it in the Discord. I will be posting it on socials. I will also make a YouTube community post for it, I suppose. So for anyone not tuning into the streams, they can be aware. So go up on my socials. It will go up in the Discord. It will go up. I will probably talk about it in the streams leading up to the tournament. And it will also go up in the YouTube community tab. You acknowledge and accept that. Well, where was I going with this one? Let's see. Let me make that clear for some of the bozos out here. Maybe subject to change mid-tournament. Master username or archetype you're playing. I should make a quick YouTube video to announce it. I've never done something like that before. Okay, that's a lie. Technically, we did put out an announcement for the sundial, like, thing. But the sundial thing was different. There was, like, a bit. There was a bit to the... We could try. We could try. I'll think of something. I'll think of something. I can delete it. And why would I delete it after the 20? That sounds bozo. I feel like you just leave it up, and if someone finds it and they're like, no, I missed the tournament, you're like, well, darn shame. Looks like you're gonna have to sign up for the next one. When you see. Where was I going with this? You acknowledge and accept that. Let's see. Unfortunately, I don't think we can do round robin. Maybe I just get rid of this question. You acknowledge and accept that what? What do you acknowledge and accept? I don't know. I thought I was going somewhere with this one. But, you know, that's probably just far too much effort. So let's take it from the top. Take it from the top. Alright, take it from the top. The San Sally Dragonales 1000 Day Celebratory Master Duel Tournament. Sign up for your spot in the San Sally Dragonales 1000 Day Celebratory Master Duel Tournament taking place on Thursday, December 18th, 2025, starting at 6 p.m. PST. Submission for tournament entries close on December 18th, 5:50 p.m. PST. Tune in to Twitch or YouTube stream for checking in and tournament running. You will need a deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel that complies with the current ban list for the date of the tournament. Each person is only allowed one entry. A valid and up-to-date Twitch username or YouTube handle is required. Pre-entry decklist submission will be required in the form of either a decklist, screenshot, or link to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck building website. Must be usable in browser during check-in. Declaring the archetype is optional for casting purposes. Naming a deck is also optional. I could put in another question to submit the deck list early, I suppose. Submit your deck list early. Optional. Your text. Telegraph. Or file upload. Apologies, this is going to make y'all sign in order to accept files. Interesting. Oh wait. I don't think anyone's going to give us a 1 gig large file, but I'm sure it will be fine. So apologies, it's gonna make you sign into Google. But this is in case anyone wants to submit their deck list early. Doing check-in. You have the option to submit your deck early, but a deck list will be required to be fully checked in. I will make that its own line so people can read it easier. Let me make sure that this is optional. This is also optional. Optional, optional. Required, required. Alright. I honestly think I can just open this tonight. I think we can open the form right now, to be honest. I will give another look-see to make sure anything else we need to make clear. Let's see. For entry, deck list submission will be required in the form of either a list, screenshot, or link to your deck building website. Must be viewable in browser during check-in. You have the option to submit your deck list early, but a deck list will be required to be fully checked in. Declaring the archetype is optional for casting purposes. Naming your deck is also optional. Tournament will be streamed. If that wasn't clear, let me make that clear for people who might not be aware. The tournament will be streamed. Alright. For casting purposes, naming a deck is also optional. All names should fit Twitch and YouTube guidelines. YouTube guidelines, all will be referred to as user's deck. Bracket will start, at start will be randomly generated. There'll be a 5-minute grace period for any latecomers to their duels. Only one deck allowed. Tournament structure will vary based on attendance and time constraints. Maybe subject to change mid-tournament. Anticipated intended double elim into best of 3 semis and finals. Top 16 players intended single elim into best of 3 semis and finals. Etc. etc. Winning deck list is what I will be building in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master on my main account as the new build a deck list, card for card. Not including rarity type, example being foiling or authorized. Tournament winner's username will be listed alongside the deck name in the master client. Winner will also have authority for future updates to the deck if and when cards from the list are banned within reason. A builder deck stream will be scheduled in accordance to a schedule convenient to the winner. Deck accessories can be decided by winner. Let's see. DC's doing coin toss will allow for a restart of the set. DCs during the duel, even before a game action is taken, will result in a loss. I think I just have to like this. I don't think this will come up, but for best of 3, loser duel decides turn order for next match in set. Yeah, like, rarely do we have any DCs, but I suppose just to like cover the rules. Just to cover the rules. Any DCs during the duel, even if no one's taking a game action, will result in a loss, unfortunately. Just cause like there's no way to like disprove that someone couldn't just like exit out if they break the zone. I doubt that's going to happen, but just to make it fair across the board. I think DCing during a coin toss is fine. I suppose someone could attempt to take advantage of that, but I would hope that karma catches up with them. Please don't be that person. Alright, I think that is pretty straightforward. I don't think there's anything else we really... This is the most in-depth rules I've made in a hot minute. Because normally it's pretty casual. Let's go ahead and publish this. Let me shorten the URL. Let me copy this. Anybody who wants to get in on the tournament signups now, you're welcome. I will go ahead and pop these into Twitch and YouTube chat. I will make more formal announcements later. Probably either tonight or tomorrow or sometime later this week. We'll see if we have time for it. It's getting a little late. We still have some time left in the stream. Let me go ahead and... We can mark up the sign-up sheet and ironing out the rules off from today. It's okay if we don't do the art for Josh entirely tonight. It's not a super pending thing. The art for Ollie, I hope to finish sometime this month, but I think he's also, as the kids say, chilling. Let me also toss this into the Discord as well. Welcome to the Discord. Early sign-ups for the Dragon Nails 20 are open. More official announcements flowing later this week. I hope that what's the word? I hope that, because this is the middle of the week, I don't think we can get Nif. Normally Nif co-commentates these with us. I don't think we can get Nif in on this one, unfortunately. But it'll be fine, it'll be fine. I might actually, what's the word? I might actually, I might actually hijack the to-do list. And I might write the script out for the... Soul Splice does make a fair point. Maybe we should start making announcement videos for these 20s. I think it would make it feel more official. That would be kind of cute. So maybe I can start a script up for that, like, really quick. That might be what we end up doing. So anything else I need to be doing at this exact moment? I should probably clean up some of the stuff on my desk really quick. But we just spewed out like a bajillion Alestos quads a little bit earlier. It's probably in our best interest to clean up this pad bit. Kind of. Clean that up just a little bit. Alright. Now let's see. What would be a... what would be a cute little scriptolino? Let me see. What would be a cute... Let me get a new Google Doc up. Let's see. When I first started streaming, I ended up with over 1,000 copies. I have a card. So in celebration of 1,000 days, the winning deck list of this tournament is the deck list I will build. I will build card for card. In Geomancy. So bring your best. So bring your pet decks, your deck decks, your rogue decks, or your favorite deck. See if you can have me. Your winning list in Geomancy. I'm repeating Geomancy too much. Wait. I suppose we should get up a stopwatch so I can see how long this will be. Let me read. I can figure out what I want to grab for the imagery to the stopwatch. Alright. Take a sip of water. Alright. Deck list. Hi, I'm Santon, and if you ever wanted me to build a deck of your choice in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master, boy do I have the tournament for you. When I first started streaming, I ended up with over 1,000 copies of a card called Dragon Nails. And so, in celebration of 1,000 days since I first started streaming as Santon, I'm hosting the Santon Dragon Nails 1,000 Day Celebratory Tournament. The winning deck list of this tournament is a deck list I will build card for card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master. So bring your pet decks, your vote decks, or your favorite decks, and see if you can have me build your winning deck list. Alright, so like a 36-second video, not too shabby. I think that would be very reasonable. Let's see. Opening shot can be with Yu-Gi-Oh! Card. Background. Record. Thank you for the head tattoo, thanks. Let's see. I think we can probably do a screen pan over Decker's game. My in-game client. Stan's in-game client. Boy, do I have the tournament for you. Yeah. Cut in video from Dragon Nails. Counting stream. I make a logo for the tournament. Yeah. Maybe cut to tournament logo. Master Duel Victory Screen. Hopefully we have some time this week to record this. Despite this being 30 seconds, read anything interesting. It's been a hot minute since I've done any like heavy reading and or like light reading. We read an article recently, I suppose, that overviewed some of the chase cards from the recent 5Ds, the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, upcoming structure deck. And that was kind of interesting to note, like, some of the other cards that weren't inherent staples that people might need an interest, like have an interest in or need for their deck strategies. Pointing out certain Blackwing cards that hadn't yet been printed in quite some time. And even some that had like recent reprints that were just good reprints overall. That was kind of interesting. It's been a long time since I've like had a good open schedule for like leisure reading. I think when I was much younger, I was trying to... I'm very much into, like, Victorian era London. So, I was very much like a... I'm never much like a, you know... I'm also, like, into a little bit of, like, Gothic literature. So, like, I'm actually a big fan of Mary Shelley. Big fan. Like, I actually really like Frankenstein as a novel. I'm familiar with a decent amount of, like, you know, like, Edgar Allan Poe. I do like a lot of Lovecraftian stuff. I end up reading a lot more, like, shorter pieces, like, within this genre. Like example, like the Hounds of Tindolos. Big fan, aka also the source material for Tindango. It's been a long time since like I've had like a good flexibility to sit down and read. I like reading like a lot of like lore stuff. I used to also do a lot of reading for I would homebrew my own, not exactly D&D, but basically D&D. I DM in Pathfinder. So if y'all don't know what Pathfinder is, it's the 3.5e, so like between 3rd and 4th edition D&D, essentially. It's kind of its own system, but it's pretty much just an extension on D&D. Book mentioned. Base Pathfinder. I haven't messed around with Pathfinder. Base Pathfinder. I haven't DM'd in a hot minute. But I'm a big fan of that. I used to do a lot of homebrew stuff with that, especially like when they started, when Roll20 as a website started coming up. That made it a lot easier to host campaigns digitally. Before, I used to have to use like shared online like drawing canvases and Quades or something. Oh, you play 4E? You're crazy. You like math? Are you an engine? I'm convinced that anyone that like plays 4E is like an engineer or something. Like you almost really like math or something. You're glad men don't read. I'm literally convinced. Anyone that likes 4E, like I don't, you must really like math. That's my opinion on that. In your opinion, it's more like, I don't know, the math is just, I don't know. Like, I personally haven't played a lot of 4th edition, so I can't definitively say whether or not Pathfinder does or does not have more math. But from my little bubble of perspective in my head, I'd like to imagine 4E has more math. No one cares about skill wings. Math is subjective, alright? Math is subjective. No one actually cares about skill wings. The only thing it really impacts is like if you're really, really, really bad. Like, really, really bad. Anyway. So I suppose reading anything interesting as of late, I guess that article on TCG was kind of neat. Again, unfortunately, I don't get into a lot of reading. But, you know. So, what was I saying? Right. I was saying that, like, surprisingly for a video that's going to end up being, like, 30 to 40 seconds long, I'm probably going to be spending like 30 minutes editing on the low end. I actually have not watched the 5B anime, so I'm so sorry. I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! When Nasidol came out. Like, don't get me wrong. I saw it on TV. I've watched like a couple episodes of the original when I was younger. I've seen like some of GX. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've heard of Yu-Gi-Oh! I have not watched 5Bs. I was trying to watch with my roommates a little bit of like the original and GX. I think right now, we left off on like, I think we were in Battle City. And it's that duel where Joey's dueling Esperosa and he's got the entire family on the rooftop. And I think in GX, the last thing that happened was, I'd like to say that we were a little bit past the, like, Chaz It Up episode where, like... You know the episode where, like, Chaz goes off on his own? Chaz goes off on his own and he goes to that whole other school. I think that's where we left. Maybe a little bit past that. I'm not... It's been a hot minute. I just been far too busy. I can't even keep up with One Piece. Like, One Piece has been on a hiatus. It's like the best time to catch up with One Piece. I can't even keep up with One Piece. Goodness me. It got scrapped because the Japanese, because of a JV voice actor, got into a cult. Like a Japanese voice actor or a JV? What's JV voice actor? JV. What could this possibly stand for? Her brain is too small at this current moment to speculate. I've heard 5Ds is like one of the better ones, like one of the best I've heard. I don't doubt 5Ds is good. I've heard nothing but like, I've heard nothing but praise for 5Ds. It's just been so hard. It's been so hard. The cult thing is a common misconception. The timeline doesn't match up. I don't know, chat. Okay, so I will tell y'all about like... I know the theory has been debunked. Y'all will call me crazy because the theory has been debunked. But just follow me on this one. This one is a doozy, alright? Gotta go big for this one. This one is a doozy. A long time ago, there was a theory. So, as y'all may or may not know, Japanese manga authors, also known as like mangakas, sometimes like to be anonymous, right? There was a long-standing fan theory back in the day that the author for Tokyo Ghoul was actually the author for Hunter x Hunter. I will explain. So the author for Hunter x Hunter often takes avid breaks between writing because of, unfortunately, their like carpal tunnel or like whatever they have going on. But early on, fans were noticing that when Hunter x Hunter would go on hiatus, would match up almost entirely date for date with the publications of Tokyo Ghoul. And you could say, well, like, Sam, that's like whatever. However, the author for Tokyo Ghoul had released an art book for Tokyo Ghoul, and partway through the art book was drawings of Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. And it, like, the mangaka for Tokyo Ghoul would like often sing very high praise to the mangaka for Hunter x Hunter. So there was this long-standing fan theory that the author for Hunter x Hunter was actually taking breaks from Hunter x Hunter to be the author for Tokyo Ghoul. And the dates align, unlike the author's wish. Now in modern times, allegedly this has been like disproven, but like it was a really crazy fan theory at the time. I think there was like one more piece of evidence of like, I believe like there was the Hunter x Hunter author like was highly recommending Tokyo Ghoul or something around the same time too, which like totally understandable. Tokyo Ghoul was like really cool when it came out. But it was a really funny theory. Like, it's been long since disproven. But there was like actually a pretty decent portion of the internet was like, I swear this person's the same author, I swear. Which would be crazy if that was true. In reality, like, the mangaka for Hunter x Hunter just has really bad whiz. God bless their soul, I suppose. There was a really funny theory. Very funny theory. Alright. I don't think we're getting to the art for Josh tonight, but I suppose we wrote an entire script. We'll have to collect audio and images for said script. We have set up the tournament sign-up page. Early sign-ups are open if y'all want to submit your deck list. More official announcements and graphics coming later, but you're welcome to sign up now. It's getting kind of late. We did do a double stream today, so as much as I like hanging out with y'all, I do think we gotta get ready for tomorrow. Don't get me wrong, I love yapping with y'all. Today was very productive. We found the cards to give to the player at the LGS shop. I set up the basic for the secret project. We wrote a script for the Dragon Nails 20. I suppose now we're gonna have to record and edit. Goodness me. I suppose shout out Soul Splice. Future Sand will hate herself a little bit for it, but I'm sure it will turn out fine. Current Sand thinks it's a good idea. Tournament signups, all good. The art for Josh and Orway is not super pressing. The draft for the comp scene, they'll live. They'll be fine. Alright, Twitch. I'm gonna find someone to send y'all to. Perhaps a duelist, perhaps not a duelist. I didn't realize there was a whole category now, chat. There's a whole category now for co-working and studying. I had no idea there was a whole category for co-working and studying. Maybe we'll try out that category on Twitch TV one of these days. I think I'm just gonna send y'all to Auras. He's been in Japan. It's been a little bit since I've seen Dearest Auras. So then I'm gonna send y'all to Auras for the evening Twitch chat. YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. Oh, raid message for Twitch is good luck with the duels. Remember OS is very, very cool. So thank y'all for hanging out. Twitch and YouTube. I hope y'all have a nice rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. Do take care of yourselves. Thank y'all for joining me in this evening for... I'm glad people are enjoying these, like, productivity streams. I think it's a nice way to keep me on task and sometimes completely off task. Classic ADHD moment. But, you know, I feel very productive with these. I think we've been making good progress with them when they've been happening. Sometime this week, we need to schedule an art stream to finish some art, but also finish watching the League of Legends World Championship. So expect that sometime during the weekdays this week. This is a double stream day, so for those of y'all who are, like, aware, it is because, you know, we're doubling up on stream. So, hope y'all have a nice rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. Twitch, send all of us all my love. Twitch and YouTube, just remember that you're all in my thoughts. $1. Bye-bye, folks. Thank you for coming out. Thanks, folks. I did a terrible typing on YouTube.